Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. For today's video, I am leaking the 2024 NBA draft script. And by that, I mean I'm going to be pretentious and give you guys my opinion and feel like I'm right. And then it will probably be completely wrong, because the 2024 NBA draft class, this class, there's so many X factors in it. I think there's going to be a ton of really solid NBA players. Obviously, a few are going to break out into an all-star, and we'll probably get one or two superstars. But as far as who that could be, I have no idea. Maybe it will be whoever's at 5th pick. Maybe they get the superstar at the draft. Okay, so basically what we're doing here is we have the Ringers 2024 NBA Draft Guide, which gives you a really good just breakdown of all the prospects. And I'm not going to lie, I don't know everything about every single player here, so having this kind of like TLDR type of thing will be very nice. And then we'll be using Fanspo to, construct our NBA draft here, man. So we're just going to get right into it, I guess. And the draft is this Wednesday at the making of this video, I believe. Is it June or July? It's June. Okay, but no, it might be July. Regardless, I'm excited for it, man. So here we have the Atlanta Hawks. First pick in the draft, they had a 1.6% chance of even getting that pick, so they're just happy to be here. But also at the same time, the Hawks are kind of going through a bit of a, identity crisis, right? They're not sure if they want to trade a Trey. They're not sure if they want to go full on rebuild, or, run it back with some new pieces. But with that being said, I don't hate the Hawks, I think they have some good, solid talent up in here. I'm still probably doing the Trae Young, the DeJounte Murray backcourt, but at the same time, if you want to trade one of them, that's completely fine. I don't think that's the position of need at the moment. It's like, I don't know, man. It's so tough, because it's like, do you go for a guard then? But I don't think I would, not with the first pick. But also I look at two guys here that I think need to be incorporated more into the team's long-term plan, and that is the center, Okongwu. He needs to be the starter, man. I still see shades of Bam Adebayo with him. And then for the small forward or power forward position, they have Jalen Johnson at small forward. I think he's more of a power forward. He definitely could get most improved player next year. So he needs to be starting next year, and that's that. Have that be small forward or power forward, which doesn't really matter in this case, because, well, the two guys I would go for is either Alex Sarr or Zachary. And Risacher. I still can't say his dang last name, man. Okay, you gotta become MVP. Okay, Zachary Risacher. There we go, man. But okay, let's take a look at both these players here, because that's kind of what is coming down here. So we have, where are we at? Okay, so Alex Sarr, this is the guy that was kind of named as the kind of the big name of the draft at first. He played with Victor Wembanyama. But yeah, shades of Nick Claxton, Jaren Jackson Jr. So off the bat, I was seeing Jaren Jackson Jr. That's what I really think he is going to be, that type of player. Assuming he can, be a decent three-point shooter. But scoring, why? He wasn't really a huge big-time scorer, was he? 1.5 blocks, 8 block percentage, so I imagine that means he gets 8% of the team's blocks every game. 56.6 true shooting percentage. So yeah, defensively he'll be nice. I don't know if I like him at power forward though, unless he can really prove himself offensively. So at that point, you're looking at him probably playing center, right? But then you got a Okongwu out there. You also have to incorporate, Jalen Johnson. So you got him, and then we also got Zachary here, 6'8.5 height. Shades of Harrison Barnes and Tobias Harris, which instantly gives you the vibes of a 3-level scorer, that's going to probably be decent at every aspect of basketball, but really good when it comes to scoring, right? That's kind of how I look at Harrison Barnes and Tobias. But you also look at, the Hawks, they got, Sadiq Bey, who's I still think is a solid player. I think out of the two here, my gut feeling says that they're going to go with the offensive player. And I think they're going to run it with the Jalen Johnson, Okongwu front court, as they should, man. So Zachary, we're going to do it the first pick. I think it just kind of feels right to me. So there we go. First pick in the draft. I think he works out nicely there. Next up, we have the Washington Wizards. Oh my God, Becky, look at that ass team. Wow. Okay, so I'm seeing all this here, man. It's just X marks the spot. Okay, so who are the big time pieces on this team? Well, Eugene, Kuzma, honestly, man. Kuzma and Jordan Poole. That it. Like, I'm looking at the rest. There is no place for this team to go, man. I guess Coulibaly is pretty cool. Lible. Denny Advia, I mean, he kind of is who he is at this point. The commercial Johnny Davis, come on, man, it's time to go. It's time to go. Boy, I say you do probably best available. I mean, and that's going to be Alex Starr here. That's a guy you can start building around, right? You know, he doesn't have to be balling out this first season. He can kind of come into his own. But I think you go Alex Starr and you build around him straight up. You know, defensive focal point, get his offense going, surround him with some 3-and-D guys, you know, get a point guard that can lead the squad down the road. I don't think it's Jared Butler necessarily, or Cassian Winston. I believe he was out of Michigan State, wasn't he? You know, Tyus Jones, but I think Alex Starr is the way to go. You just go best available, and you pray next season gets a little bit better, and maybe somebody wants to go and play there. Okay, next up, we have the Houston Rockets, man. So, Houston Rockets, depth chart, they got Freddie, Jalen Green. I don't know why the depth chart looks like this. Can we do like cap? There we go. That's the way to do it, cap. There we go. Because chances are we got a bigger contract and be playing more, right? For the most part, man. Blake Griffin. So Fred, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Jabari Smith. If Steve Matt, he is. I could have swore he was still on the Grizzlies. Okay, well, Sengun is gonna be the one that starts. Alpi, so he'll be starting there for sure. So I mean, I like their team a lot. I think we get to the point where it's kind of, X factors as far as who you go for. So I look at everybody here, and I'm thinking the smart choice, in my opinion, would be the point guard spot. Fred's already up there in age a bit. They're going to be looking for somebody down the road to really kind of fill out that point guard position. So the 2 point guards that I personally like in this draft a lot, I like Stephon Castle, and I really like, where's he at, though? Bro, where's he at? Oh, Reed Shepard's a shooting guard? No, he's not. That's a lie. He's a point guard, man. He's a point guard. But I like Reed Shepard a lot, and I like Stephon Castle. Rob Dillingham, I've been hearing pretty good things about, too. I mean, there's some solid, potentially good point guards here, man. But let's take a look here at some of these other players that we haven't really talked about yet. So Stephon Castle, shades of Andre Iguodala, 6'6" point guard. Could have superstar upside. I'm just thinking of, he's got that dog in him, too. Hey, that's some good stuff. On-ball defense, man. 3-point shots, kind of trash. I feel like that would be okay with this team. Because, Jalen Green can shoot it. Fred VanVleet would be a good mentor. You got Jabari Smith, who to me is like a better version of Rashard Lewis. You also got Amin Thompson, too, who obviously can play point guard, but I can see Amin Thompson is probably like a 6-man that can just do it all, jack of all trades type of player. Maybe starts over Dylan Brooks down the road, but I don't think he necessarily has to play point guard. So, yeah, Stephon Castle, man, it's not a bad fit. It's not a bad fit. And then I really like Reed Shepard a lot, too. He's got the highest vertical in the draft, so, I mean, there's something to be said about that. 13 points, 52% from 3, 5 assists, 2 to 3 steals. Shades of Steve Nash and Derek White. Man, okay. How is he Steve Nash? Bro, just because he's white, man, don't mean you gotta say he's Steve Nash and Derek White, okay? Like, he definitely, to me, is more of a Kirk Heinrich. Okay, I mean, no. I would say, I hate to say it, man, but I do think he's kind of like Captain Kirk Heinrich with maybe a little bit of them Russell Westbrook hops in him. So, catch and shoot, which would be nice, still run things through Jalen Green a lot. Feel for the game, got that dog in him. Off-ball defense, which is really important. And I just like him for the offensive reasons, man. Like, we're in a league where you need to be able to space, right? But sometimes it could fit both ways. But I think I'm going to go Reed Shepard. But I would also not be mad about Stephon Castle. So, yeah, we'll take Reed Shepard here with the pick for the Houston Rockets. All right, here we go. We are next up with the San Antonio Spurs, who have the 4th pick and also the 8th pick. We're also assuming there's not going to be any trades in this draft, which I'm sure there will be. Somebody's going to get Brandon Ingram, but we'll see about all that, right, man? So, they severely need everything. Okay. So we're looking at the cap here. Devontae, okay, they definitely need a point guard. I love Devin Vassell. Keldon Johnson is still pretty cool. Jeremy Sohan's pretty cool. Victor needs to be the center, obviously. Point guard is what they need. Once again, though, it's like you do want spacing around Victor Wembanyama, but also at the same time, if he can just be a point guard that can just get the ball to him, that's fine too. So we're looking once again at Stephon Castle. Let's read a little bit about Rob Dillingham here. Let's see. Where's he at, though? Come on, Rob. Rob Cunningham. Dillingham out of Kentucky. So shades of Lou Williams and Bones Highland. So definitely kind of giving you that scoring type of point guard vibe. So are we looking to somebody to get the ball to Wembanyama or somebody to take pressure off him, man? Also 44% from three definitely is not bad at all. Floater game, movement, shooter, which is nice. Ball handling, pull-up threats. So it looks like he can handle it, but also kind of move around on his own. Not bad. I gotta look at some more of these point guards here, man. What else we got here? So Modest, he's not a point guard though, is he? I don't think so. Tobich, Cody Williams, Ron. Okay, so we start getting down here. It's like, okay, probably none of these guys, right? I've heard pretty good things about Isaiah Collier too, but probably not at this point. I think I'm gonna go with, man, Stephon Castle I like, but Rob Dillingham seems like he would be a solid fit, man. I don't know, he just seems like the type of guy you would put on the Spurs and you could see him being their point guard for the next 10 years. So we're going to go ahead and draft him with that 4th overall pick. All right, here we go, man. Next up, we got the Detroit Pistons. Dear God. All right, so my projected starting, or my dream starting lineup would be Jaden Ivey at point guard, Quentin Grimes at the 2, Cade at the 3, Asar at the 4, and Jalen Duren at the 5 spot. That's probably not going to happen here, but we're looking for, that's the thing, because it's like we got this new shooting coach on the team, so if he can bump up Asar shooting a little bit so he's not like a liability offensively, that would be fantastic and really allow us to go for somebody for like Stephon Castle. But let's also take a look at some of these other players that are still available to take here, man. Because Castle, it's like for him to work next to Cade, man, he got that dog in him too, though, man. He's got to be able to shoot. Catches fire as a shooter, which is actually, that shows pretty good potential, though, man. You know, he can make it. I really don't want Donovan Clingan. I think he'll be a good player, but I like Duren, so I'm good with having Duren. Modest, shades of Franz Wagner, and Lamar Odom. Ooh, okay. I mean, 6'9", 6'10" wingspan. I kind of like Tech on the team already, though, and it's like he kind of is like kind of like that oversized 6'8" guy that can shoot, put the ball on the floor a little bit. Because I could see him being like, you know, Franz Wagner, Lamar Odom, but I feel like I could also see him maybe being like Denny Advia, you know? Devin Carter. Yeah, I feel pretty good about Stephon Castle. I think, oh, I've heard a lot about Cody Williams too. The brother of J-Dub. Shades of Jalen Rose. And what do they have him listed as? 6'6", so probably like a shooting guard, small forward. Really good shooter too. That could be fun. He's taller, feel for the game. Impressive defensive toolkit, which is very important. Man, you know what though? I think I want Stephon Castle. Because he feels like he would just work next to Cade. And that would kind of force the Pistons to maybe try something new with Cade too. Man, Cody Williams shooting guard, 6'6". Okay, I'm stuck. Because if we go Williams, we're saying Ivy's not the guy. But I feel like Ivy should be part of the team. I just think Cade is out of position. So I'm going to say Stephon Castle and hope that the new coach fixes the issues, man. I like it. There we go. And we'll do this for the thumbnail. Yeah, it's like, yeah, like, hey, like, oh, okay. No, I'll just do that off camera. One of those will work. Here we go. So that's 60 overall. Thumbnail. Okay. Hate myself. Okay, Charlotte Hornets. With the 6th pick in the draft. Here we go. Oh boy. They have LaMelo Ball. They also have Mark Williams. Nick Richards, I still think, is pretty good too. Man, because I'm like, Mark Williams, I still think he's going to be like a DeAndre Jordan type. Donovan Clingan, though, kind of gives me the vibes of like a winner. Probably has to do with him winning a national championship, man. But I can see him working nicely next to LaMelo. Just a big body. But it's like they kind of need some other things more. And I'm thinking for them, Miles Bridges need to be gone. I forgot about Brandon Miller, too. They obviously got Brandon Miller, so that's great. So probably looking at maybe a shooting guard, because Nick Smith Jr. not really feeling their power forward. I mean, they got some dudes here that can do some things, so... Are we looking at Cody Williams? That gives you a pretty solid backcourt with him and also LaMelo. You know? Anybody else here that I'm really missing where it's like, no, Chris, you got to go for this guy. Yeah, because Mattis, I mean... I feel like LaMelo needs more guys that can score the ball and that can make plays and he can get the ball to, you know? He also needs to play. Devin Carter. Drew Holiday, Bruce Brown. He could be interesting too, man. Give a little, but then, yeah. Tijon, 6'9", shades of Chandler Parsons. Hopefully that contract ain't shades of that too. Okay, Dalton, which is kind of like a stretch big in my opinion. Like a 3 spot. I'm definitely between Cody Williams and Devin Carter. But I think Cody Williams kind of feels right. It gives him some offense, gives him a little bit more height in that backcourt too. You know, LaMelo dealing with Scary Terry for a long time with Seth Curry, man. So, Cody Williams, I like it. Okay, continue. Next up, we have the Portland Trailblazers. So, they have DeAndre Ayton, so they're pretty set there. Scoot Henderson, we'll see about him. Love Shaedon Sharpe. Okay, I look at them, and I think the biggest need, because Shaedon, I think you put him at the 3, on Fournier at the 2. Scoot at the 1, assuming he knows how to play basketball. And definitely need a power. Oh, they also got Robert Williams also, which anybody that says that both these guys should be on the starting lineup together, you're on drugs, my friend. Like, that would be horrible. Chris Murray, too, you know, he can still be something. But, yeah, power forward, I think, is the way we go here. Topic is listed as a point guard, but I don't think that's true. I think he can do a little bit of everything. I think I'm going to go with Mattis at this point. I think I'm going to go with him, put him at that 4 spot. You know, if he really does have those shades of Franz Wagner and Lamar Odom, that means we're looking at a 6'8" dude that's got some mobility, which is going to be great. And also get all the players involved, which is huge when you got guys like Shaedon Sharpe, who his style of play reminds me of Tracy McGrady, just saying. But you put him out there, man, it kind of helps takes away the dismobility of DeAndre Ayton. I like it. Mattis Buzelis to the Portland Trailblazers. All right, next up, we got, once again, the San Antonio Spurs. Who did I give them before? I think it was a point guard. I gave him a point guard, right? Okay, no, it was Rob Dillingham. There we go. There we go. All right, so at this point, you might just be looking to go best available. So they're good in the backcourt. You got Victor at the center spot. Does he really have much as a backup, though? I mean, Zach Collins is fine. I feel like Keldon Johnson and Jetty Osman, like they're pieces, but there could be something else out there that might be a bit better. Topic, let's look a little bit more about him. Okay, so shades of Goran Dragic, not Nikola Jokic or Nikola Jovic. Topic. Jovic, my bitch, Topic. Feel for the game, ball handling, not much of a shooter, which ain't gonna work good having Sohan out there. My first initial thought was thinking Dalton Knight. I like the idea of him. He just adds more offense to a team around a guy, around a team that has an 8-foot giant at center. So, you know, Tajon Salon, though. I feel like I need to read more about him. Where he at, though? Okay, let's look at Dalton Knight here. So KCP. So that gives you the 3-and-D type of glue guy, man. Which I'm not gonna lie, like every championship team, they need 3-and-D. So think about him as maybe his off-ball defense is good. If he can really get the on-ball defense too, then he could be this team's Bruce Bowen, right? I mean, he'd be a tough to be Bruce Bowen. Like you gotta be dirty, right? Got the clutch gene, you know. Bruce Bowen. I remember them corner threes, man. Like the dude was a baller. So he could maybe something like that. And then Tajon here is the Chandler Parson comparison. Do your best, forget the rest, man. That's all I got to say. I mean, you know, Chandler Parsons was good for like a season of... So if it's that season, then he might be fine. But 6'9", 7'1" wingspan. He's got a lot of good height. I just want more mobility. I think I'm going to go with Dalton. And that gives them really... You know, Rob Dillingham, you get the defensive combo guard, you know, athletic beast, and you get Dalton. So you kind of take care of a little bit of everything, right? So perfect, in my opinion. All right, Memphis Grizzlies. They have Luke Kennard, so they don't need anything. Okay, no, instantly I look at this team here, and the biggest needs, you're probably going to say small forward and center. And that's not because Jaren Jackson can't play center. It's I probably want him playing power forward in today's league. So I'm thinking, like right off the bat, Donovan Clingan kind of sounds nice. I feel like him, John Morant, Desmond Bane, like that just, he's got really high basketball IQ. It just feels like it would be a good fit. Unless you really want to go the route of running Jaren Jackson at center, then you're looking at some of these power forwards, which maybe you go for Ron Holland. Let's read a little bit about. Whoops, yeah, I think Clingan's the way to go. Who was I just saying? I would say, yeah, Ron Holland. I want to look a little bit more about him because we haven't really read his profile here. His MySpace page, you may say. So, Shades of Cam Whitmore, theoretical Josh Jackson. That's a weird name. It's just Josh Jackson. What's theoretical Josh Jackson mean? And do the Memphis Grizzlies want to go down that route again? Athleticism, got that dog in him, hustle, on-ball defense. He was on like that 2-27 G League Ignite team, which isn't great. Shot 27% from 3, but stiff spot-up shooter. Struggles to gain an edge when isolating, so he doesn't quite have the mobility. I don't know if I would risk with him then, man, because I feel like they got guys like that already. They took risks on, like Zaire Williams. I think I'm going to go Donovan Clingan. Let's read about him real quick here, too. But he just feels right for a Memphis Grizzlies team who's not that far away for competing for a championship. They had a bad season because John Morant, well, we kind of knew what happened there. So, this is the guy that just, yeah, Rudy Gobert, Marc Gasol, perfect comparison. I like it. Interior scoring. Mark had a little bit of a midi on it, if I remember correctly, but I think this is a guy that can develop that. Yes, instantly puts that team. And don't, if they do grab Donovan Clingan, don't sleep on them. Definitely making the playoffs next year, in my opinion, man. All right, welcome to the squad. Next up, we have the 10th pick, the Utah Jazz. Ooh, well, okay. So Utah Jazz, John Collins is probably going to be gone. Walker Kessler, I would keep him. So I'm probably looking at needing a Keontae George. I mean, they need everything. Like, okay, let's think about it this way. They have Lauri Markkanen and Walker Kessler. Everything else is subject to change. Colin Sexton, he's all right, but Johnny Juzang's on the team. Maybe he breaks out. That'd be fun. But I think my first initial thoughts, Isaiah Collier with Colin Sexton, that'd be a dog-eat-dog backcourt, man. Dog in them. Everybody got a dog in them, man. Pause. No, I'm looking at small forward. Topic right here is kind of standing out again. He's kind of fallen for me in this draft a lot, though. But at the same time, is he the right guy? Is he the right guy for this Utah Jazz team? I think Jazz fans would like him for obvious reasons. Him being a good basketball player and all. That was the obvious reason I was kind of getting at. Where's he at? Did he disappear already, or is he way up here that I'm just letting him fall too far? Yo, we're back with him. So, no, not Modest. Damn it. Topic. My apologies, man. The international names is just a lot of names that I've not heard before. So, just learning. We're learning. Feel for the game, ball handling. Shades of Goran Dragic. Is he really a point guard, though? I think I'm going to go with him. He's the best available at this point. He's fallen this far, and there ain't nobody else with the exception of Lauri Markkanen or maybe Walker Kessler where I'm like, oh, we don't want to draft him because he's going to be playing over him. It's like, y'all make it work, man. Topic definitely here. He probably even fell a little bit lower in this draft, but I thought he was, I think we got to the point where that was fine. Alrighty, so Chicago Bulls. Right off the bat, I'm seeing they need a center. Vooch is, they got Vooch that contract, but he's getting up there in age. But at the same time, that's more so like I don't know, that's the kind of something you do when you're a decent team. And I feel like this team's going to go into a full-on rebuild. I think Zach LaVine's going to be gone. DeMar DeRozan's going to be gone. Lonzo Ball ain't playing. Kobe White, they got him. Kobe White's nice. Patrick Williams, I don't know. Verdict's out on him still, I think. I don't know if I love Ron Holland here. It's like okay, do you see Kobe as the point guard or shooting guard? Because at this point, we got a lot of point guards left, right? That's kind of the big thing. Jacoby Walter, I do not know much about him, so let's take a quick peek at him. Chris Middleton. Huh. How tall is he? 6'4". Okay. So right off the bat, you know, with this draft class not being great, you know, if you are a bad team, chances are you're going to be a bad team next season too, unless one of these guys breaks out. But my initial thought here is that the 2025 draft class, that's pretty dang deep. So, or not deep, but it's got some really good, you know, talented players. So if you get somebody like Jacoby Walter that can become that Chris Middleton team, because the Bulls, they need some consistency. They need somebody they can rely on, and Jacoby Walter could be that guy. And then next year you draft, you know, a big name star, things start coming together. 3 years down the road, oh, all of a sudden, you know, Giannis wants to come here. Oh, we got, you know, Chris Middleton and Jacoby Walter shooting, you know, that 50, 40, 90 club. I could see it, man. So Jacoby Walter, I got going to the Chicago Bulls. And here's to hoping he stays healthy and the team can just continue the rebuild. And this is somebody that'll be a big part of the big piece of the puzzle down the road. All right, what do we got here next? We got to the OKC Thunder. Okay, with the 12th pick, select. I mean, they just already have everything, you know? Okay, so with this, well, you know, at this point, it's like, do they go for maybe a bit of a, well, dare I say X factor? You know, somebody that's like, we don't really know how they're going to turn out. I know once upon a time, Ron Holland, about a year ago, was talked about being a top 2 pick in the draft. So maybe he just wasn't built for the G League, and maybe NBA style ball will be his type of thing. But then at the same time, that's kind of what you're playing in the G League, so maybe not a good sign. But there you got SGA. You know, Josh is no longer on the team. They got Caruso now. That small forward spot, you know, you got Gordon Hayward, who I think could just be gone. But at the same time, you maybe just run back Gordon Hayward and Dort, and that's fine. Power forward spot, you got J-Dub there. You got Chet at center. I'm probably going to say Ron Holland. I think out of all the guys left here, he's got the biggest potential. And, you know, with Gordon Hayward getting older and everything, he's somebody that down the road can maybe take that spot, right? Or Dort starts and Ron Holland earns his keep and everything. So, yeah, I'm going to say Ron Holland to the OKC Thunder. It just kind of feels right to me. Next up, we have the Sacramento Kings. So they got Fox, Malik Monk just re-signed, so they're pretty good with their backcourt. Even, you know, I like Davion Mitchell as a backup point guard. Small forward spot, they're pretty set. Center spot, obviously, is what they're looking at here. Power forward / center, because Sabonis can play center completely fine, right, man? So, yeah, you're probably running Sabonis at center. They got Harrison Barnes still, but he could easily be traded. So we got to think who would fit nicely. Oh, even small forward, because King can play the 4 spot, you know? But we're really looking for the best forward / center available at this point, and somebody that can fit next to Murray and Sabonis. Both great offensive players and low-key good defensive players too. So maybe you go for the defensive juggernaut here. And my initial thought is Tajon Shalon here. He seems like he would be a solid fit. I mean, Zach Edey, if you just want to go with a 7-3 beast route, but for a team that's looking to win championships, I mean, Edey could be a good NBA player, but I think you want more of a sure thing when it comes to the squad here. So right off the top of my head, though, I'm thinking Shalon here. Let's take another quick look at him, just kind of see what he's all about. Man, where'd he go? Here we go. So he had the Chandler Parsons comparison. There's got to be a better comparison than Chandler freaking Parsons. Come on, man. There got to be something better. Lock-in defender. 32% from 3, which ain't bad, you know, especially only being 18. Like, that could easily be bumped up to, you know, 34, 35%. 6'9", good versatility, 2-way star. You might be looking, don't stop saying Chandler Parsons, man. You know, compare him to somebody like, you know, 2-way star, Kawhi Leonard. There we go. Yeah. I like Shalon going to that squad, man. There we go. He seems like a good fit for the Kings. Next up, we got Portland Trail Blazers, so they took Modest with the last pick here. Oh, man. Okay, so do we want to go with the route of just maybe, like, thinking that Scoot Henderson might be a bum? And it's like, okay, we got to get somebody else out there just in case. My first thought goes towards Isaiah Collier. But then maybe you go Devin Carter. Is that somebody, you know, he's got the Drew Holiday, Derek White thing going, which could actually work nicely with a Scoot Henderson. Or maybe Collier could be the point guard spot and Henderson can move to the 2. Maybe that will feel more natural to him. Devin Carter seems really nice though, man. Ooh. Man, Devin Carter. I'm going to want him in Detroit. I ain't going to lie. He kind of fell pretty deep for me in this draft here. But I kind of like him here, man. Who else was I saying? I guess that's probably not a good sign that I'm saying that, right? Who else? Yo, he's way down here, whoever it was. Yeah, Collier. Okay, so that's the Tariq Emmanuel Mudiay. Oh, okay, it could really go either way here, but I think Devin Carter seems like a better fit. But you can go the other direction too, and that's completely fine. So here we go. Devin Carter. I think, is that it? I think I'm just doing lottery. Maybe not. Next up, we have the Miami Heat. Team that's starting to get up there in age a bit. Just a little bit, you know. So Bam, great there. Don't want to do anything about him. Jovic, I think, is the future starting power forward for this team. I actually like him next to Bam. They're pretty fine at small forward. Like Jimmy Butler, I don't imagine him going anywhere. Caleb Martin's fine. Jaquez, future star, in my opinion. What? Y'all still got Dwayne Wade? Y'all struggling that much in Miami, bro? Dwayne Wade? No, you're looking at a point guard here. And to be honest, Isaiah Collier, he just kind of has that, you know, that, if I say that dog in him one more time, man, I look at him and I see Heat culture. I see a guy that's going to work hard and fit in instantly with this team. I like the idea of him in the backcourt with Tyler Hero. He speaks to me, man. Isaiah Collier, you are a Miami Heat. Okay, there we go. And I think this is going to round out the lottery here. So at this point, I'm just going to be done, right? Because I don't want to keep you guys here all day. And beyond the lottery, I don't really know what's going to happen. But we got the Philadelphia 76ers. So, yeah, they have a potential to add a really nice piece here, man. Their position of need the most, looking for a point guard and power forward. Tobias is going to be gone. So, do they really need a point guard if you got Tyrese Maxey, though? In campaign as a backup? Like, what? Anthony Melton? You don't need no point guard, man. No, starting lineup should be Tyrese, Buddy Hield. Okay, you could also, Paul George. Just saying. And honestly, probably not any of these guys if you're trying to win a championship. But hey, we'll see, man. But yeah, somebody down the road to kind of build into. So Jared McCain, I don't really want him on the team. Kyle Filipowski out of Duke, 6'10". Let's look maybe a little bit more about him. Kyle. Just gonna look him up, man. Where you at, Kyle? There we go, Kyle. Not Kyle Anderson. There we go. You got him as 30th here. Shades of Zach Collins. What? Okay, 16, 8, and 3. Reliable three-point shooter because of his soft touch, which is very important, man. Like having a soft touch, you can't really teach that. So if you already got that, you work with an NBA shooting coach, it could be the world of difference, right? I kind of like him for, he got the dog in him. Perfect. Ball handling, too, which is nice. Playing, you know, off of Joel Embiid and, you know, handled the rock at times, too. So, yeah, I like him, man. Kyle to the 76ers. And there we have it, man. You know, at this point, man, I feel bad I'm not doing every single team, though. You know what? What I will do is I'm going to do auto pick for the rest, and we'll just see what it says. See if you guys agree or disagree. So, they got Tyler Smith going there. Jared McCain to the Magic. Hillel Ware. Missy to the Cavaliers. I don't know much about Zach. Edie to the Pelicans. Beasley next to, what's his name? Zion. Carlton. Tristan Da Silva to the Milwaukee Bucks. Tyler to the Knicks. Deron Holmes to the Knicks. John Furphy to the Wizards. Keshawn George, T-Wolves. Ryan Dunn to the Nuggets. Jalen Tyson to the Jazz. And Boston Celtics, Bobby. So, there we have it, man. Hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching. And peace out, my friends.